Very good morning to all of you, my dear students. Today we will advance our exploration of heat, and in this particular class we are going to explore methods of heat transfer. Our planet has a diverse temperature range. Okay, some places are extremely cold and some places are extremely hot, and this is not in nature only. Every time whenever we are handling heat, there is something very hot and something very cold, so we need to understand how does heat transfers from one body to another. It will help us to do many things, to create things, to do to practice science, okay, and make our lives easier. So for the same purpose, let's go and explore it. For understanding, there are basically three types of uh, heat transfer mechanism. Okay, so for understanding this, I have taken this as an example. Let's say there is a teacher in the class. Okay, an offline class which we were used to having. Let's say again it's happening, and there is a teacher having a lot of pencils in his hand. Okay, and there are students. Okay, we will take this teacher as a hot object and the students as cold objects, and the pencils as heat itself. Okay, clear? So far so good. This is an hot object, the teacher is an hot object, students are cold objects, and the pencil is heat, which he have right now in his hands. Okay, so let's say the first condition, how he can transfer the heat. He can simply give one bundle to all the students sitting in the top row. Okay, and they will take one and pass the rest to the person sitting behind. Then he or she will also take one and pass the rest behind. This way it can transfer. Understanding now, the bundle is given to the first boy, and then he is taking out one and passing the rest. Then he also taking out one, passing the rest, and she is also taking out one and passing the rest to behind. This process of transfer of heat is called conduction. Okay, to be precise, conduction is the process of transfer of heat in solids from a region of higher temperature. Here in this example, teacher was the region of higher temperature, to the region of lower temperature. The students were the region of lower temperature, without the actual movement of molecules. Okay, who are the molecules? The students. Okay, the students here are the molecules of this atom. Okay, and the teacher is itself the structure. For example, at least no, it is, but in real life, let's see how does it happens. To understand it even better, we can take a hot medium, which is a gas stove in this condition. Okay, and let's see how does conduction happens. Okay, so let's take an iron rod. Okay, and we put it on the flame. Slowly, with time, what will happen? Its temperature will increase. The whole rod will become red and hot slowly. This process is called conduction. The heat is conducted from here to the from the beginning till the end. Okay, what exactly is happening in this condition, my dear students? If we will take out a small point and zoom it, we can see the atoms or the molecules of this metal are very tightly packed with each other. So what is happening? One of the far left uh, atom or molecule is heated, and since it is in direct contact with the next atom or next molecule, the heat is directly being transferred to that one, again directly being transferred to that. Similarly, this one is hot, heating up continuously, and that one is cold, so it similarly in coming in contact, the heat is transferred. This process of transfer of heat, when something directly comes in contact, is called conduction. Okay, it happens in solids. Okay, this is very similar to our next example. Okay, this example, in this not example, this situation. Okay, in this situation, what can the teacher do? The teacher can simply call out all the students, hold all the pencils in his hand. One by one, all the students will get up from their seat and go to the teacher, and he will give a pencil to each of them, and they will then again go back to their seats and then sit again. This is also a condition, a situation, a possible way to distribute the pencils. Okay, so this condition is called, if the distribution is happening this way, it is called convection. Okay, now what is convection? Convection is the process of transfer of heat in a liquid or a gas by the actual movement of their molecules from the hotter to the colder part. Here the molecules, let's say the students, are moving to get the heat from the teacher, get the pencil from the teacher. He's getting up from his seat, going to the teacher, getting the pencil, and then going back to its seat. So it's moving. For understanding it's better, let's take the example of water. Boiling water on a stove. If you will observe closely, have you ever seen this boiling pot of boiling water? Next time whenever you see water or water especially boiling, have a look at it. Okay, see how it is happening. The water which is on the bottom directly in front of that stove, that becomes hotter first, and then the hot water goes up because it's lighter in weight. Whenever something is heated, it expands, and whenever it expands, its density becomes less. Whenever something will expand, its density will become less. No, something will contract, its density will become more, isn't it? So the water expands and its density becomes less, so the molecules go upward, and then the heavy molecules take their place, the cold molecules take their place, and then again they get heated, and then this way the water boils. Have you seen this type of boiling of water like this? Okay, this is the reason behind it. If we will try to look inside it, water molecules are not closely packed like the iron rod we just witnessed. They are close enough, but not joined together. They are close enough, so the molecules can't transfer heat from here till here. It can't jump in this condition. Okay, so what they do, they heat up individually. This one will go down, okay, and then come up, and then this one was here. Let's say this one is here, this one is here. So this one will get heated, and it will come up, then it will go down, then it will get heated, and when similarly all of them are heated, then again the one was first heated, then again the temperature is rising again and again, so it will again go there, and once the temperature rises 100 degree, they will start evaporating also. So this is convection. The main difference, actually the process of conduction and convection are quite similar. Okay, eventually the heat is transferred with contact. If the water is not, the whole water pot is not in contact with heat, it will not get heated. Even if the water pot is contact, if the molecules are not coming in contact with the base of that water pot, it will not get heated. But they are coming in contact, but they are moving. All the molecules are moving to get heated equally. Okay, so this process where the molecules of that substance which is heated moves continuously in order to get heated is called convection, and when it's at one place, then it's called conduction. That means conduction will always happen only in solids, and convection will always happen only in liquids and gases, because they are very more closely related than solid. Okay, particles can move here and there. So this is the process. Now let's see the third one and the most interesting one. In this condition, the teacher may simply stand there, the students may simply sit there. One by one, teacher may take a pencil and simply pass it to the person he wants to share the pencil with. Individually, he can throw the pencils from there only, and students can catch the pencils. This is also a possible way of transferring. So this type of transfer, when there is no contact between the person who is giving and the substance which is receiving and the substance which is giving, that type of heat transfer is also possible in this universe, and that is called radiation. What is the definition of radiation? Radiation is the process of transmission of heat in which heat energy directly travels from the hotter body to the colder body without hitting the intermediate medium. Okay, without hitting the intermediate medium. My dear students, if you will see in this condition, there is an intermediate medium, right? And that medium is that container in which water is boiled. Without heating that medium, we can't directly heat the water from somewhere else. But in radiation, we can heat the earth with the sun, which is far far away, and there is nothing present in between. If you will zoom out to the space, there is nothing, it's just simply black, nothing else, even not even light, nothing is there. Okay. Okay. uh, then how does this magic happens? This is a very interesting question. If there is nothing, then actually how that heat comes to us? Okay, have you ever uh, we all know that in the sunny day, if you will go out in the sun in summer, it's really hot. Then how does that, and that heat is coming from millions of kilometers away from us, from the sun, how does it comes to the earth? Have you ever thought? That heat energy, my dear students, is transferred by uh, a very similar thing to very similar, something which is very similar to the light. Okay. And light has a visible range. Okay. From violet to red. Okay, there is a 7 colors which we can see, but there are more colors which we can't see, but they are there, just like uh, X-ray. Have you ever seen the rays of X-ray? No. We can see the report, but we can't see the X-ray rays of X-ray. Radio waves. Can you see radio waves? No. Similar thing is infrared, and that is a very interesting thing, my dear students. Infrared comes with something which is hot. Have you seen in movies there are infrared cameras in the scopes, and in Hollywood movies especially, armed forces, marine forces use infrared cameras whenever they raid in night. What are those cameras? Infrared cameras are those cameras which can see infrared rays. What is infrared rays? So my dear students, whenever something is hot, it will emit light, and it will also emit infrared light. If it is very hot, then it will emit light. Okay. If it is little bit hot, let's say my hand, it is hot, it is not cold, it's hot, it's warm, so it will also emit some infrared light. If you will see me from an infrared camera, I will be seen as a luminous object. You can see me getting lighted. Okay. Why? Because my body is warm, and it will emit some infrared light. Okay. So if you have never seen infrared, and you can't simply think that there is something which we can't see, then I'll show you right now. Okay. Focus on the screen. We all have seen a remote control, always in our houses. There is a light bulb here, but have you ever seen any kind of light coming out of this light? Whenever we switch it on or switch it off, something, there is something must happen. If you will keep your finger here and then try to press it, it will not work. But what comes from here? This light is an infrared light, my dear students. Although it is not hot, if you will keep your finger here and press these buttons, you will not feel heat, because it's a very least quantity of light, but it is infrared light, and I will show you that how an infrared light can be seen. See here. Let me switch this off, then maybe we can see it. Can you see this? Something is glowing inside. Maybe its batteries are out of charge. They have been kept from so many days. It's a first aid of remote controls. If some batteries are not working, try doing this. Sometimes they work. Arey, what happened, man? Okay, let's check. It's working or not? Yes. Yes, now we can see this. Now it's working. This is infrared light, my dear students. Okay, so you have never seen the lights of a remote control before, but now we can see it. See how it's working. Isn't it interesting? No, please. Thank you. Okay, so infrared light, my dear students. Whenever something is hot, it emits infrared light, and it's the thing which, so that empty space have infrared which transmits the heat from sun to us. I hope the concepts. Okay, wait. Let's when I have said this is an out of syllabus term, infrared. So let me explain it, because half knowledge is more dangerous. Infrared interacts with molecules by exciting them, causing them to move faster, which increases the internal temperature of objects. Okay, this is how it works. It interacts with the molecules and excites them, because this light is that light which has some energy. Okay, it's beyond the visible light, infrared. I can't right now, it's I'm seeing this now, but if I'm seeing this from this side, I can't see anything. Nothing I can't see. You can try this at your home. Take any remote, try to see it. You will not be able to see anything. But switch on a camera, any camera will do the same, and do this. You will be amazed. Okay, so this thing we can't see, but it have some energy, and it can excite just like it is exciting the electrical appliances of which it is used to control. Okay, so similarly it excites the atoms or the molecules on which infrared light gets, and that increases the energy of that atom, and in turn, since the energy is increased, the heat, the temperature rises. Okay, there, in conduction and convection, first the temperature rises, and then the uh, energy of the kinetic energy of its atoms and molecules rises. But here first the energy rises, and in turn the temperature rises. So transfer conduction and convection are very similar to each other, but radiation is a totally different concept, and it's for me it's more interesting. Tell me which one is more interesting for you in the comment section. And if you have not joined Google Classroom yet, join me there. Always wear your mask, and if you have any doubt, let me know in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to solve all your queries. Thank you very much for watching this video till here.